Good morning, happy weekend, welcome back to Rise and Grind. Thank you if you're watching on YouTube or Rumble. We are continuing our 50-state coffee challenge. We are on to the great state of Delaware. So, to represent the great state of Delaware, we chose Swell Joe Coffee. That's right, Swell Joe Coffee. They are from, I want to say it's Lewes. Hopefully I said that right. And maybe it's Lewes. But Lewes, Delaware. Hopefully I don't butcher that. And if I do, I'm not a professional. I'm just an amateur. Anyway, so this week we are going to be doing the sample they sent us. You know, I love my samples. But it is not whole bean, the sample I got. So we're not going to have the grinding part of the video. But we are going to be doing Swell Joe Awake 100% Guatemalan with tasty waves of smoking milk chocolate. So anyway, this is the bag. But before we go any further, it wouldn't be a Rise and Grind video if I didn't give you some information about the great city of Lewes. Or Lewes. I'm gonna just go with Lewes. About the great city of Lewes and the great state of Delaware, which is part of. And also, we gotta do facts about this awesome coffee company. Alright, my friends, some facts about the great state of Delaware. Delaware was named after an English politician. Thomas West, the third Baron Delaware, was an English politician who lived from July 9, 1577 to June 7, 1618. He was a man of many titles. He was appointed to the Captain General and Governor for life of the first lasting British colony in the Americas, the colony of Virginia. Thomas West later became known as Lord Delaware, and it was from this title that the state of Delaware gained its name. Modern-day Delaware was inhabited by a number of different groups of Native Americans before European arrival. The different types of tribes were originally inhabited. Modern-day Delaware are classified as Eastern Algonquin tribes, as they spoke various forms of the Algonquin language. The Lenape people, often referred to as the Delaware people, predominantly lived in the coastal regions of the state. To the south of Delaware lived the Nanticoke people along the Delmarva Peninsula. All right. Delaware wanted nothing to do with the American Revolution at first. At the time of the American Revolution, Delaware was still referred to as the lower counties and was governed by the same governor as Pennsylvania. As with middle colonies, the region of Delaware was much better off in terms of personal freedom, as was greater freedom to self-govern. Sticking with the English was better for most, especially as the port city of Wilmington traded with them regularly. So divided was the region of Delaware that when it came for the colonies to vote for the Declaration of Independence, Delaware's delegation passed their vote by just one man. Gosh. That's pretty incredible, I gotta say. Last but not least, Delaware earned its nickname, the First State, due to its historical significance as the first state to ratify the United States Constitution on December 7th, 1787. This milestone marked the beginning of the United States as a federal republic, and Delaware's swift adoption of the Constitution set a precedent for the other original 12 states. Additionally, the Delaware General Assembly officially designated the first state as the nickname on May 23rd, 2002, in response to a request from Mrs. Annabelle O'Malley's first grade class at Mount Pleasant Elementary School. This nickname has been widely recognized and celebrated as a symbol of Delaware's proud heritage and pioneering spirit. Some facts about the great city or town of Lewes, Delaware. Lewes, Delaware is is an incorporated city located on the Delaware Bay in eastern Sussex County, Delaware, United States. It has a total area of 5.11 square miles with a 4.919 square miles of land and 0.92 square miles of water. And it was founded on June 3rd, 1631 as Hornskill. Yeah, I think I said that. Hornskill. Hornskills. Hornskill, a settlement by the Dutch West India Company. Renamed to Lewes in 1682 by William Penn in commemoration of the county and town of England. All right, let's tell you a little bit about Swell Joe Coffee. All right, let's get to some info about Swell Joe Coffee. It is swell to be surfing. Dave and Drew met while catching waves in coastal Delaware, and were quick to discover a shared passion for serving the community while exploring their senses of adventure in spring 2014. The guys and their wives, Sharon and Karen, launched Swell Joe Coffee Company and began a quest to bring fresh roasted, surf-inspired coffee to the Cape region. The first cup of Swell Joe was served in April 2014 at Surf Bagel, and today is served in 25 of the coolest spots along Delaware and Maryland coast. It is swell to be simple, because fresh equals swell. They are a small batch coffee roasters who believe that less is more. They are proud to offer 6 signature roasts with off-the-charts flavor. Surf's up. By keeping a laser focus on what works, we gather the best coffee beans from around the world and roast them to perfection. Then they send them off to the wholesale shops and online customers, like myself, or maybe you after watching this video. It is swell to be served. They are bringing a thriving wholesale division and are committed to providing customers with fresh as it gets coffee, and they love working with you kind of service. They are stoked to be served at some of the coolest cafes, restaurants, and grocers and shops throughout coastal Delaware. And if you go to their website, there is a whole list of great places that serve this great coffee. All right. So I think it is that time we get to coffee. Let's go. All right. So once again, we are going to be doing the sample I was sent. Love me some samples. Swell Joe, awake. 100% Guatemalan tasty waves of smoke and milk chocolate. And it's going to be more on the darker end, but still in the medium range. Pretty cool how they do that. So let's give her ye old sniff test. You know, I love smelling the fresh scent of coffee. I'll open this bad boy up. Ooh, that smells good. It smells definitely on the darker side. Ooh, very roasty. So let's show you the grounds. Alrighty, ready. That's usually about what I do for 12. As you can see, it's got a nice dark profile. So let us commence to the brewing. Alright! The coffee has been brewed. It is time for me, it is time for you to watch me try this coffee. So once again, this is the A-Wake by our good friends over at Swell Joe. They are representing the state of Delaware. That's right. The first state. The great first state. So, cheers to you guys. Dark coffee lovers, you will absolutely love this. This is like Darth Vader dark to me. But I'm usually a light roast guy, but this, man, I mean, I like a dark roast, don't get me wrong. It's good, it's smoky, it's dark. But, yeah, this is fantastic. The smokiness comes out super strong. The only reason I usually prefer a lighter blend, actually, is just because I actually need it for the caffeine, and the lighter the roast, the more caffeine. That's why if you ever see some energy drinks just have straight unroasted beans. But you don't get that delicious flavor without giving it some roast. So, yeah, fantastic coffee. The smokiness comes through more than the milk chocolate to me. That's okay. That's great. You know what I mean? That's the thing about coffee, you know, as someone who worked in the brewery business for 4 years, you know, there's going to be beers that are fantastic, that are different from another beer. It's fantastic. You know, you could have a fantastic milk stout and a fantastic lager. It's going to be two completely different beers. And you might have someone that's not really into lagers, not like the lager. Someone that's not into the stouts, like the stouts. But they'll still probably drink it. It's not terrible. It's not bad. It's just not their flavor, you know? And that's the thing I love about craft coffee, craft beer, all that good craft stuff, you know? Even the stuff that's not up my alley is still fantastic. So I always end this video with a reminder to people, you know, support your local coffee roasters, okay? You know what I mean? These are mom and pop businesses. These are your neighbors that you're supporting when you buy coffee from these great folks all around the country. And, you know, yeah, in a world full of corporate coffee, you know, McCrap, I was going to say star F word, but anyway, in a world full of just corporate coffee that, you know, has no personality, is not a mom and pop business, you know, once in a while, you know, a lot of people can't afford this kind of coffee all the time. Just go out and buy a bag here and there. Make it a Christmas gift. Make it a birthday gift. Remember, friends don't let friends drink Starbucks. And before we go, let's add a pin to the map of where we've tried coffee from. Love you all. God bless you. God bless America.
And now, let us add that dot on the map. So our coffee journey continues.
Alright, 2 things before we go. 1, if you would like to buy cryptocurrency stocks or put your money somewhere where you can get some interest on it, I highly suggest Robinhood. That is right, Robinhood, your boy uses it, you should too. And down below in the description I have a link, so if you would like to buy some cryptocurrency stocks, blah 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 blah, but you join and use my link, we both get some Bitcoin, boy. That's right. So secondly, we now have a Patreon. We only have one tier, it's $5. I'm going to be posting some extra videos on there in the future. The goal is to eventually, you know, support the effort of buying this coffee, and then one day I would love to be able to use it to fund going to these roasteries, meeting the roasters in person, getting tours of where they do their business, you know, but, you know, it's hard out there. My wife and I have a child. Money is not easy to come by. So, anything that can help. But hey, if you can't chip in and support us on Patreon, that's okay. Watch our videos on YouTube. Watch our videos on Rumble. Like, share, subscribe. Tell your friends about this. In an era where everything is so divided and so divisive, we're just trying to make a channel where people can come together about coffee. So if you support that, check out our Patreon. I appreciate you guys watching this, and always remember, friends don't let friends drink Starbucks.